The illusory perception of the American dream has pervaded the lives of American citizens for generations, fostering a society focused on materialism and opulence. Individuals in all social classes have strived to sever the chains that confine them to poverty, not realizing that such unrealistic expectations are not achievable for the average American. This inaccessibility hidden behind the facade of the American dream is prevalent in the LGBTQ community that has become entrapped in the depths of discrimination and violence. Higher social classes wield religious or personal beliefs to defend the senseless oppression directed toward this diverse group, taking advantage of the lack of legislation. Ignoring the moral flaws of intolerance and injustice, this population resorts to physical and verbal attacks to ostracize the LGBTQ community. As a result, 65% of LGBTQ millennials do not believe they can achieve the stereotypical American dream by age 40, held back from achieving their fullest potentials by bigotry at the hands of society. Specifically, the modern workplace plants seeds of discrimination that grow into self-doubt in LGBTQ employees and pose physical limitations on their advancement. For instance, one LGBTQ teacher states,
"I was a good teacher, but that didn't matter. I could have been the best at what I did, but the fact that I was lesbian took all that away."
The workplace also advances significant economic disparity between the LGBTQ community and the straight population. LGBTQ millennials earn 12% less than their straight counterparts, fostering a lack of financial security that confines them in a perpetual cycle of hardship and affecting their outlooks on all aspects of life. Another key environment that cultivates prejudice against the LGBTQ population is the modern American school. 8 of 10 LGBTQ students are harassed by their peers simply for being their authentic selves, demonstrating the metaphorical target placed on these students' backs that inhibits the pursuit of a quality education. A local member of the LGBTQ community highlights his experience with discrimination when he states,
"It becomes an inevitable battle between safety and freedom of expression. It's wanting to fit in but feeling lost everywhere. It's about living in a perpetual state of fear."
Furthermore, approximately 92% of LGBTQ youth reported hearing anti-LGBT messages at educational institutions. Many members of the LGBTQ community are thus uncomfortable with a school environment, inhibiting their access to a high-level education that is characteristic of the few citizens that have achieved the stereotypical American dream. The root cause that stimulates discrimination in society stems from deeply ingrained stereotypes and the lack of awareness of the struggles the LGBTQ community endures on a daily basis. An inability to feel empathy for the members of this community propels many disturbed students to act out an internalized bias, resorting to repulsive verbal attacks. LGBT youth are twice as likely to experience some form of physical assault as compared to their peers, including gun violence. The Pulse nightclub shooting is one of the many incidences of premeditated attacks targeted at the queer community that have sent shockwaves throughout the nation and taken away the bright futures of several LGBT Americans. Terror struck the individuals of the LGBT community as a deranged gunman crushed the American dream while storming through the gay nightclub on the night of June 12, 2016. With his gun pointed at the lives of the victims, he took their breaths of freedom and shot out the remains of a darkened future for all gay individuals in America.
It was people as a whole of my community. I'm going to say we've always wanted to be accepted. We were never a disease or abomination. We are human. We wanted to be accepted. We were in our safe comfort zone. This was somewhere we could be us.
Trump has previously pledged support for the LGBTQ community in 2016 following the tragic Pulse nightclub shooting.
As your president, I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression.
However, this notion of protection from President Trump has proven to be a facade for votes, for recently he announced a ban on transgender individuals from serving in the military, sparking criticism across the LGBTQ community.
You have to choose between treatment and your job.
By promoting a mindset that sees the LGBTQ society as a weed that must be exterminated to ensure the growth of society, the president makes the American dream of passionately fighting for the country less achievable for this community and weakens the strength of the military by dismissing over 15,000 accomplished soldiers. In addition to the banishment of transgender soldiers, President Trump attempts to mold the American mindset again by expiring the DACA program, which consists of 36,000 abhorred immigrants. With the elimination of DACA, America has now constructed a path leading thousands to destinations clouded with fear and hopelessness. Furthermore, with the absence of DACA, support for such immigrants has downturned as processes for admissions are stagnant. Immigration detention is particularly difficult for transgender women due to their prior experience of abuse and prosecution. Many claim that during detention they are sexually assaulted, while some are even denied medical care. To combat these issues, the United We Dream organization advocates for the empowerment of LGBTQ immigrants to break down the social and legislative barriers prohibiting the community from achieving the American dream. Through campaigns such as #WeCan'tWait, the organization has united thousands of LGBTQ individuals against discrimination.
We must
unite to fight against the barriers that inhibit the LGBT community from achieving the American dream.
We must
uplift this vibrant community from cowering in the shadows of society, afraid to be themselves in a crowd full of wolves preying on their differences.
We must
enact changes in legislation before more bright futures are taken away.
We still have work to do when transgender persons are attacked, even killed for just being who they are. We have to work to make sure that every single child, no matter who they are or where they come from or what they look like or how they live, feels welcomed and valued and loved.